Welcome back, everybody. It's 39-minute workout with David. And all this week, I'm talking about my 3 pillars of health. So today is the one that I will say is my favorite subject. It's the one I get the most excited about because to me, we're talking about treatment, and I call treatment the alchemy. This is the part where all the good stuff happens. This is where you take your past struggles with fitness, fat loss, and you make it effortless and easy, and you change your mindset around everything. I say this because too many people focus on, it's hard to lump everything into there, but fitness and fat loss and reshaping their body as self-flagellation, kicking their ass, being hard on themselves, negative self-talk, starting and failing at things, believing that they can't accomplish things. There's so much negativity, self-judgment, and that isn't even going into all the aspects of, as I work primarily with women from their 30s to their 60s, is all the societal crap that you ladies have to deal with. I have a wife and 2 daughters, and it's something that I'm very concerned, and I watch my wife live out that and having to deal with the sort of pressures of how women are supposed to look and the judgments around that. And I am obviously concerned about that for my daughters as one of them enters her teens. And so it's very important to me that I am able to help people who like my message deal with things like self-sabotage, fixing their mindset, manifestation, one of the words that excites me the most, achieving their goals, okay? Those are just some words around treatment. So the treatment pillar, I'll talk to you about what the top 3 things are that I want you to consider using in your everyday life. But the treatment pillar is the alchemist, because as I said at the end of my last talk on the training pillar, is if I put a gun to your head and I said, you need to lose 25 pounds, how do you do it? I guarantee you could put something together. It might not be what I'd put together for you. It might not be the most amazing program ever, but it probably would be effective, okay? If I said, you absolutely have to achieve this, my guess is you could put together some combination of fitness and nutrition that got you results. So why the hell don't you do it? Well, because of self-sabotage, because of negative self-beliefs, because shit happens and we have to deal with it, because we are all busy people and we've got a lot of pressures, because we've tried and failed before, so we have belief that we can't. There's all these many myriad of reasons why you have struggled to get to a goal you want and achieve that goal. So today is all about making it effortless. I ran a challenge one time called the Effortless Transformation Challenge, and it was very much about mindset. And so today is going to be a little sneak peek into the what's and whys of that, and then some of the best tools I can give you for really making this process more enjoyable. And when I say enjoyable, you might snicker and say, well, when the hell has diet ever been enjoyable? And my answer is, hopefully now. I really want to help you embrace the concept that food is nourishment, and you can have a healthy relationship with that, and you never have to go on a diet again to have amazing long-term results. And chances are, if you went on a deprivation diet, which is really what deprivation, right? They're sort of the same word to me. That's really what their point is. Short-term flash in the pan results that are very hard to maintain, okay? So I want to help you make this process more enjoyable. So let's talk about the top 5 reasons why the treatment pillar, is so imperative for long-term success. Maybe I should say what treatment is too. Treatment can be things like seeing an acupuncturist, having a coach, doing breath work, doing meditation, things like this, right? All of these aspects, all of these tools are what I would call treatment. Anything that's working to heal the body, heal the mind, help you achieve something and get roadblocks out of your way. That's really what I consider myself as an acupuncturist since 2005. What I do with clients is I help them see the walls that are in front of them don't exist and they can go around them. I mean, that's one of the strip down, one of the primary goals I have for clients. So that's my goal for you today. So the top 5 reasons treatment is imperative in your life. And number 1 is eliminating self-sabotaging thoughts. We got to rewire the brain when you have self-sabotage. Self-sabotage usually looks like this. Money, injury, or time. Money, injury, and time. are 90% of the reason why people use, the excuses people use as to why they can no longer take care of themselves and do the number one thing that helps them. So I posed a question on Facebook the other day, and it basically went like, when all hell breaks loose in your life, do you strip your life down to the minimum of things that really impact you most, or do you cut them out of your life because you have no time for them? I really think that question is what dictates people who succeed and thrive and people who struggle to reach their goals. People who struggle to reach their goals, when faced with challenge, my kid's soccer schedule changed and now I'm being pulled in that direction, so I'm going to abandon this workout that's been really effective for me because I don't have time. Well, time is a perception, and time is often we can manipulate, warp, and change and tweak them, and maybe it's finding you workouts that are a fraction of the length and doing them from home, or making it more, right? There's lots of ways to warp time to build it into your life and make it your friend. Money is such a common one that I see clients face, and I'll do everything for my children, I'll do everything for my pet. Invest in me? I mean, this is, for women, I think this is even more of an epidemic, as my wife likes to remind me. We men often will just go spend the money and do the golf trip, or do this trip, or do that, because we want to. But for women, a lot of women, it's that struggle of like, God, I'm a mom first, I've got to take care of them, I got to do for everybody else. And a lot of that work is stepping back and rewiring your brain to see, if you take care of numero uno, not only is it not selfish, but you will be a far better, more patient, more confident mom. You'll be more confident and patient at your work. You'll thrive in other areas of your life because you invested in yourself. So a lot of time do I have time, do I have money, do I have this and that? We got to rewire those self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? Time and injury is the other one. I'll go into injury at other times. I have a very different take on dealing with pain than a lot of practitioners do. I will admit that the medical and alternative medical approach to pain drives me freaking crazy. Don't get me up on that soapbox, but I will talk to you in other talks about why, if it hurts, don't do it, is the biggest bullshit keeping people stuck where they are. And there is a time and a place for getting treatment on something's injured, but 9 times out of 10, when people tweak something, hurt something, they need to modify and stick with what works. And I liken it to saying, what if you had 2 bad weeks at work? Would you just go be like, I'm out, I'm not gonna work anymore? It's crazy town, but people do it with pain all the time. Self-sabotage, time, money, and injury are the 3 biggest things that throw us off. Okay, so dealing with self-sabotage is one of the most important reasons why we need treatment, the treatment pillar in our life. Number 2 is managing stress. How many of you are stretched too thin, burning the candle at both ends, doing so much for so many things? You have so many obligations. It can be hard when you're that stressed to imagine having energy to meal plan and taking time to work out. But again, if you invest in you, you're going to have more energy and time to do those things appropriately. A lot of times it's that 80-20 principle. 80% of our productivity comes from 20% of what we do. So if we invest in, I'm going to step back and this workout will be part of my life and meal planning will be part of my life, other things go more smoothly, like how you work with your kids and how do you juggle all these things, because you did what needed to be done. You took that 80% of your attention and put it on the biggest bang for your buck activities, like meal planning, like shopping for food, like taking time to work out, okay? So managing stress is about self-care, right? Managing stress is such an imperative piece for women in weight loss, because when a woman is stressed, she will shut down her weight loss very often. She also will have out of control cravings and major energy issues, exhaustion, serious fatigue. Fatigue makes weight loss and workouts very difficult. Cravings makes weight loss tough, we all know. If you have massive cravings, chances are there's a hormonal problem. Chances are your hormonal problem comes from, I didn't write it up, how you deal with stress on a daily basis. So stress reduction is an absolute imperative if you live in this modern society. Unless you are just the Buddha and you just do yoga and meditate and you're just rocking right now, chances are you aren't dealing with stress as well as you could. Some people are, and that's great. And if that's you, I applaud you. But for a lot of the people I work with, stress reduction is such an imperative piece of them getting healthier, because what they'll find is when they don't address their stress, they find getting results and sticking with something that works to be very, very difficult. Number three, probably the most exciting part of it to me, is vision. Having a vision of truly what excites you. So often when I ask people that, I don't really like this word, what are your goals? Because you get a lot of dry answers back. Well, what are your goals? I want to lose 25 pounds. I want to be a size 6. But often it's the sort of canned, quick answer that doesn't have a lot of depth. What I want to get down to with you, and this is part of treatment to me, is can you create a vision for what would you love to create in your life? And why is it so important? I think why is more important than what are your goals. The what is less important than the why. So creating a vision that truly excites you is something I want you to get in touch with, and I'll talk a little bit later about how to be working on that on a daily or weekly basis. If you aren't working on creating a more exciting version of yourself always, then I think you're stagnating and not growing. I would say at all points of life, of all walks of life, of the clients I work with, from the 30s, maybe around time where they're having babies and they have a young family, to their 40s, where maybe they're dealing with older kids and some new metabolism issues, to 50s and maybe work's changing for them, to retirement age. Like, at all stages of life, you should be asking yourself, well, what excites me now? What excites me now? If I said, what's your goal? It might be boring. I'm like, oh, I want to lose this weight. Well, why? What's it important for? Well, the new mom is like, because I want to be out there playing with my kids. I don't ever want to be like, well, I'm out of breath, so I can't hang out with you because I'm too damn tired to play with you in the backyard. I hear moms say that all the time. Women who have grandchildren, they say the same thing. Like, I want to keep up with my grandkids. I want to travel and do awesome things. My husband and I plan to retire, and retire to us means like travel and get out and do cool things. So create a vision for yourself that excites you, not just something you'd read on a magazine in the grocery store aisle. Chances are those goals you read on the magazines, they might be part of it. Like maybe 17 pounds of body fat will be part of that vision. But part of it is like, well, why? Like, what happens? What changes? And you're like, well, I don't feel very intimate with my husband because this weight loss has me not feel real good about myself. So I just am not offering myself, I'm not putting myself out there. Or I'm in clothes that I'm not confident in at work, so I don't thrive and put myself out in a confident way, right? This is the kind of stuff that you hear all the time. So getting in touch with the why is it important to you? Why? Why does it matter for you to lose weight, get in shape, get stronger, all these things? I want you to get in touch with your why more than I want you to just blandly answer what are your goals, okay? This is all part of the treatment pillar because this is all about our mindset. If we just go running down towards, I want to lose 20 pounds, what I find a lot of times is some of the people who quickly focus on, I want to lose 20, that's all I care about, get me to this for my wedding or for my daughter's wedding. They lose the weight, they boom, and then there's nothing else that excites them, and then they leave and they gain it all back because they weren't focusing on what excited them. They were focusing on a bland goal that didn't have a lot of emotion, that had an end date. I'm really dubious about goals and vision work of something that has an end date that you don't care about afterwards. That's just an aside, but food for thought. Number 4, why is treatment so important? Because doubt is exhausting, and we gotta boost your confidence, okay? When you are battling your mind and there's doubts, I don't know if I can achieve this because I've tried 3, 4, 7 times before and I've failed. Man, I want so badly to work out, but it never fits into my life. Or I'd love to eat differently, but I'm picky. Like, all of the doubts that come up in your daily life, they're freaking exhausting. They rob energy from you. This is why too many people feel like the process of weight loss and getting healthy sucks, because we have a lot of negative emotion wrapped around it. Well, when you have all of that, it's built in doubt. It's built in dark, heavy energy. It's very hard to have fun with that. It's very hard to do this out of a place of love and self-caring and all that. I would have you work on adjusting that, okay? If what you're doing to get fit and healthy doesn't feel good in your body, chances are there's a problem with it. We need to rewire that. And number 5, I alluded to it before. Treatment is the alchemist. Treatment is the piece that puts it all together. I know you all know how to lose fat and get healthier, okay? Eat cleaner food, don't overeat, cut down snacks, just get rid of sugar, do some strength training, do some cardio. Great. You understand this. It's not rocket science. Why are so many people failing at this? Because they're missing treatment. They're not working with their mind. They're not working with their stress. They're not addressing really getting in touch with a vision that excites them. They're not addressing emotional issues that might be holding them back and blocking them. So treatment is the alchemist. We've got to help you build in lifestyle and mindset training into your life just as much as nutrition and fitness. So let's talk about what that looks like for you. Okay, I've alluded to them already, but we're going to talk about them a little bit more. Number one is breath work. What a powerful tool breath is, okay? Breath is a key to becoming more present and to calming all the squirrel, right? Y'all watch the movie Up with a dog who keeps going squirrel because he keeps getting distracted. Breath is what chills squirrel brain. It helps calm you down. Do y'all know what, fight or flight mode is, right? So when we live in that spastic, going, stressed out place, we have high cortisol levels, we have high stress hormone basically, and fat loss becomes very, very difficult. When you live in this state, you build the fat to tire around the middle, you find cravings a little bit out of control. So stress is such a major problem, and breath is such an easy, simple tool. When I've taught clients breath work, a couple of simple things, I'm not even going to teach you anything complex today. Lots and lots and lots of stuff you can look up in breath work. But two of the tools I want to teach you, number one is box breathing. My handwriting is and follow. It's too small. So, number one is box breathing. So box breathing. This is a great one to help you go to sleep, to every time you get in your car and you're stressed out, or anytime you can create a pause in your life and you just want to recenter yourself. This is really a great practice. I've had clients who have had anxiety problems and have taught this, and they just use this when they feel it coming on, and they've broken that pattern. All right, breaking your mindset issues are all about breaking the pattern. So box breathing. We're gonna breathe all the way down to our belly. We're not just gonna breathe choppy and shallow up here. We're gonna take all of your air in, and I mean all of it, or this isn't effective. All of your air in to a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna hold for 1, 2, and we're gonna breathe out through our lips like that for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold for 2, in for 4, hold for 2, out for 7. And you're just gonna do this in a controlled box, right? In, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. Over and over again, 3 to 5 rounds. Do it sitting just in case you don't want to get lightheaded when you're doing breath work. Sometimes when you're new to it, you will. Sit down against a wall or in a chair, nice and upright, so our chest can be open. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, out 7, hold 2. Repeat for 3 to 5 times. If you forget the numbers, the good thing is I'm not a numbers guy. I don't get really specific about a lot. Calories, points, anything like that. How many minutes you should work out, I'm not a numbers guy. If you forget the numbers, just follow a box of breathing. Follow a pattern of breath. But the key here is take it all the way in, take it all the way out, and really count it in your mind. You want to, during any breath work or meditation, allow the thoughts to dissipate. If your thoughts come in, see them back out, focus on counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You just keep repeating that process, okay? Number 2 is follow your breath. This is very simple. Any meditation I teach for clients, I teach them at first, after we've sat, after we've gotten comfortable and we've gotten all the fidgets out. The first key is just bring your attention inward and just follow your breath. Feel your chest and your belly rise and fall. Feel the quality of it moving in and out of your nose and your mouth, preferably in through your nose, out through your mouth. And you can just breathe normal rate, or you can try to breathe maybe 25% deeper. And just follow your breath. It doesn't need to be complicated, but breath work, what a great, great tool if used multiple times a day at uncoupling that stress response. Remember what a huge impact or stress has to do on fat loss and health. Massive. I could go into it for a lot longer. Number 2, story, writing, or meditation. story writing or meditation. Now, I'm going to explain the two of them to you. I will say to you at different points, are you somebody who meditation has driven you crazy because it's really hard to quiet your squirrel brain? Writing your story might be more powerful for you. I also love writing your story, and I'm going to make sense out of it. When you're talking about, what I talked about before, create that vision that excites the hell out of you. So you're not just saying, I want to lose 25 pounds. It's, I see myself as, more confident as a mom, out there playing with my child. I'm taking on new aspects of my work. I'm moving up in this position that really has always intrigued me, but I've been a little bit scared. When you're writing your story, or when you're meditating about what you want to change in your life, you've got to do it from the present tense as if it's already occurred to you. One of the most exciting things in the world to me is manifestation, seeing what you want to change and aligning yourself with that and getting out all the crap around it. If you try to do this logically, it's going to be hell. I think I'm quoting it right when I say that Einstein was attributed as saying, we can't solve a problem at the same level we created it. So if you solved a problem in your mind, you cannot solve it at that same level. You can't outthink yourself out of that box of a bad thought. So the way you do it is you get to a spiritual place and you see yourself aligned with that thing, and you start to, as the thoughts come in of why you can't achieve that, you start to soften their grip around it by getting excited and aligning with that thing. So when you're story writing or meditating, you can do a lot of different things. In my online kettlebell program, T39, I do guided meditations for clients where I actually talk to them and I guide them through the process of manifesting what they want to change in their life and eliminating self-doubt and eliminating self-sabotaging behavior. And clients who've used these have found them incredibly powerful. So writing your story looks like this. Pull out a piece of paper, start writing about what excites you around your health, okay? Let's focus on health because that's what I'm here to help you do. So give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, set it on the clock, and just start free writing. And if nothing comes, just start writing, and focus on getting out thoughts of what excites you about your life, your health, your fitness, your nutrition. And it needs to be something that actually excites you, not seems like it should be a good idea, okay? If the idea of meal planning sounds boring as crap, well then by all means don't write about that, okay? If the idea of wearing a rocking looking new outfit at work that you're gonna feel so freaking confident in, like you can just go tackle the world, then damn sure write about how that day is gonna feel and what it looks like and what you're wearing and how you show up in the world differently. Like, write the emotion. The key here with story and meditation is get in touch with the emotion of what you're excited about and then start to presence it right now, even if you don't feel like you have achieved that. That is the real key to this. With meditation, some of you are going to find it hard to sit down and meditate. Some of you are going to love this and be great with this. For meditation, the easiest piece is just draw your attention into your breath, calm yourself down, and then essentially see yourself living out that story that you want, that vision. It's all about sharpening that vision, whether it's through pen on paper or through mind running through it. But the key here is, as you meditate, as you sit, you get tall, you're sitting down comfortably, you breathe, you follow your breath, and you start seeing your life and what you intend to have. You're living out that vision that excites you, sharpening it, making it more and more real. Some people say, well, this just is fake. Well, the reality is, all the crappy thoughts in your mind are fake too. At some point you created them because it seemed like it made you feel safe, and then you bought into your bullshit. We all did it. We all have this piece of us that wants to make $1 million, but then as we start succeeding, we're like, oh crap, there's so many people out there who want to find the perfect partner, but as they feel open and intimate, it's like, oh shit, then they close up. You have to work through this to get in touch with that emotion, that excitement, and allow yourself to work through the junk that's going to come up, because it comes up for all of us. So write your story or sit and do your meditation. It's the best treatment in the world. It's something I think all of you ought to do, okay? Number 3. Okay. Number 3 is get a coach or a practitioner, okay? I have been getting acupuncture since 2001. I get it when I'm in a tough place. I might get it every week or every other week. At all times, even when I felt like I didn't have the money, still got it once a month. My wife and I invest in good food, and I always have a coach, and I always have an acupuncturist I work with, okay? I have never, even in the tightest times for our family, Abby and I have never looked at each other and said, babe, I don't want you doing that, it costs too much money. Because to me, investing in our health or investing in how we show up in the world and our work is so bloody important to me. I'm not willing to sacrifice that piece just because I'm having a rough time. That mindset is super important, and I think the people who succeed the most in this world, they have coaches, they have mentors, they have practitioners that work with them. I can't stress enough how important it is. And practitioner could be acupuncturist, could be chiropractor, could be a therapist that you love. There's so many different types of practitioners that it could be. I'm not going to tell you which one aligns with you, but go find one, get them, work with them. It's such an imperative piece of having somebody who sees more in you and can help you. Remember I said, as an acupuncturist, my goal is to help people see that the wall in front of them, they can actually go right around it. It doesn't exist. That's what a good coach or practitioner will do. They'll say, hey, there's that vision. I actually know you can get there. I'm going to help you along the way. I'm going to call out your bullshit when you play small. I'm going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to hold you to those actions you said are so important to you. They're going to see more from you than you do. They're going to help you push through those times. When you do breath work on a daily basis, story writing and meditation, and you have a coach or a practitioner who can support you along the way, I truly think the treatment pillar is going to be like alchemy to the rest of your life. This is investing. The cool thing about the treatment pillar is the effects are so much bigger than just, did you lose fat? That's an important piece to you. I think health-wise, it's important for you to lose body fat down to a healthy level. What that is, we can talk about some other time. But there is more to this than that. There is more to this than you fitting in a specific size dress or clothing. There is this piece of you doing what you want in this world, not being encumbered, being the best mom, parent, grandparent, employee, entrepreneur, whatever the heck it is that you want to do in this world. I want you to live out that vision. I want you to make treatment, the treatment pillar, part of your life. So hopefully this was helpful for you. This was my 3-part talk: nutrition, training, and then treatment today, what I call the 3 pillars of health. For a more comprehensive program where I teach all of these 3 pillars in conjunction, check out onlinekettlebells.com for my online kettlebell program, obviously, and that is an entire library of workouts, all the nutrition support and challenges that go along with it to help you burn fat and maintain those results, plus the treatment pillar, plus aspects of talks and aspects and challenges around mindset. We go into more detail of meditation, breath work, story writing, all these great tools for you to help you get results. So check it out. And as always, thanks so much. I'll see you next time.